Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today's video is going to be the finale of my problematic project pan that I have done with my friend Susan of Ready Jett Glow. As always, I will link her video down below. Please be sure to check her out. She's a really good friend of mine and I just love her so much. And I can't believe we've kind of made it to the end. Not kind of. We've definitely made it to the end. I can't believe we've made it to the end of this project pan. I'm a little loopy right now. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. I had a shelf hanging up on my wall that came crashing down about 1:30 last night. It broke one of my ceramic skulls that I had. It also just scared the crap out of me. So like sleep wasn't a thing that has happened recently, but here we are. I am so excited with all of this progress that I've made and I will continue to make after this project pan is over. So I'm gonna go through my products and what progress I've made on various ones, what I'm gonna do with them, and I'm also gonna share some of the ways that I'm going to work on duping / finishing some of the products that I've used in this project pan. And for the sake of timeliness for this video, I'm not going to be mentioning any of like my bigger palettes like my Saint and Sinner, my Pastel Goth. I didn't make a lot of progress on those and I don't plan on duping them. I'm just gonna use them until I can't anymore, so that's just kind of my plan with those. But I'm gonna go through the stuff that I have used a whole bunch of, so I'm just gonna get into it. The first thing I want to share progress on is my Shade and Light eye palette. For those of you who watched my Viseart Get Ready with me, you will know that I like screamed when I hit pan on this shade. I was so excited. So that's the one shade that I've hit pan on. And I think I did a really good job with this palette, just kind of using it a lot. You can tell that I've used like this quad is kind of what I use to do this eye look. I've kind of been using this as my go-to quad for if I want to do a full look with this palette, just because I think warm tones are really flattering on me. I used to think warm tones look really bad, but I really like warm tones on me now. You can see that there's kind of a major dip in, well, I hope you can anyway. There's kind of a major dip in this shade, and there's also a major dip in this one as well. Obviously this isn't something that I'm ready to throw away yet, simply because I think it would be really wasteful and I don't exactly feel like giving it away and replacing it at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm gonna just continue using this as kind of like an accent piece to a lot of my other palettes, just because this is a really good palette for kind of filling in the gaps where other palettes might fall short for if I want to do a certain type of look. And I'm also thinking that I might do a Pan That palette next year using this palette, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about the progress that I've made and I feel really proud of myself. I have been using this to kind of set my under eye area as opposed to using like a different setting powder. By the way, I finished my Kat Von D setting powder. I forgot to have that over here with me, so I'm just gonna have that right now. I finished my brightening powder, so that's good. Yeah, so when I do finish this one, I do already kind of know what I want to replace it with. I would love to get the Saucebox Etude palette. I've seen a lot of my friends use it and everybody has given it really good reviews. I haven't gotten anything from Saucebox before, but I think this would be a really good purchase. It has a lot of similar shades to this palette, but it's also a lot more condensed. As opposed to having all of these shades, it's only like 8 shades but has like huge pans, which I think is probably something that I would go for more anyway. That's my Shade and Light eye palette. As for the Shade and Light contour palette, this is what it's looking like right now. I think it is definitely on its last legs. I'm gonna need to get a new contour palette real soon. Although I do have a friend who did borrow my little Wet n Wild contour duo, which honestly works just fine, so I might just use that. I've considered getting the Anastasia contour kit because I know that was like everybody's OG favorite. So I think if I want to go get a full contour palette, I might get that. As you can see, I've basically almost used up this powder and I've come really far on hitting pan on the lightest one. I do like using the middle 2 shades to kind of like deepen up and add a little bit of depth. I also love the yellow for color correcting. Obviously I don't get too much use out of the dark shades because I'm pale, so they just don't work. So this is what this is looking like and I'm really excited to basically kind of, I feel like this is done. I've had this for a good 3 or 4 years at this point. So I think it's time. I think it's time to get rid of it. It's probably acne inducing, to be quite honest. I also did want to share that, as I mentioned earlier, I have finished my Lock-It brightening powder in Petal. I have that somewhere over on my desk, I just forgot to bring it over, and I am going to be replacing that with the Ben Nye setting powder that I use. It's really good for if you have really oily skin, because it is basically formulated to be for stage makeup. And that's what I really like about Ben Nye, is because if you have really oily skin, it's essentially formulated so that you're up on stage and have all of the hot lights burning down on you, and it's not supposed to melt off. So if you have really oily skin on the day-to-day, wearing something like that, just kind of a light dusting all over your face, does a really good job of setting things down. That's about the texture that I kind of need right now, and I can just put it on with a fluffy brush and kind of go on with my face. So that's what I'm replacing that with. Here I have my Kat Von D ink liner. Let me see if there have been many times when I'm like, okay, this isn't dyeing. This goes in and out. It dies and then it comes resurrected. It dies and then it gets resurrected. So I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep using this until I guess I can't use it anymore, because I do use winged eyeliner. Not as much as I used to, but I still definitely use it. And I've already made an order from Ulta with the NYX Epic ink liner that I heard Jay Kissa and Atlee talk about so much. And I figured that would be a really nice dupe for this, and it's a lot more affordable than this too. Oh God. This is like bleeding on my hand. It didn't used to bleed. What is wrong with you? Anyway, I'm gonna share my Lock-It foundation. I've only used this once over the summer when I was doing some practice for some special effects makeup. As I've announced 1.5 million times, I don't really do foundation on my face anymore, just because I feel as though it's a lot of a hassle. However, I do anticipate using this a lot during the month of October, simply because I want to do a lot of special effects looks, and foundation is something that I do use for that, simply because foundation is pretty much essential to blending out things like liquid latex and nose and scar wax and all of the other stuff that you would want to do special effects wise. So I'm definitely going to use this for that purpose, even though I'm not going to use it on the regular. So I see myself finishing this soon, even though I didn't use it that much during this project pan. And now I'm going to get into some lipsticks and their dupes. A lot of the dupes I found via Makeup Monsters. For those of you who don't know, Makeup Monsters is rebranding to be Menagerie Cosmetics. From what I can tell, most of these shades are carrying over into the new brand. They might just have different names. So I wanted to start off with Lolita, which is one that I've been done with this one for a while. Here's a little swatch. Wow, that came out surprisingly good. Why couldn't it do this the last time I was trying to wear it? So that's what that looks like. And I found a couple dupes. One was an unintentional dupe because I'm trying to try out more liquid lipstick formulas, but the not unintentional dupe was Hit the Dirt by Makeup Monsters. This one is a bit more brown rather than rosy. I think it gives a similar Lolita effect. It is that one right there. So you can kind of see how that looks. And then the other one is Elf in Praline. Again, this isn't an exact dupe, but I was just in like CVS the other day and thought that this looked kind of similar. And yeah, this one is a little bit lighter than Lolita, but that is what that is looking like. So you can kind of see that they're all in the same color family. And so those are the dupes that I've kind of found for that one. They're not exact, but I do feel as though they're going to do the job for me to fill the void that Lolita is leaving in my heart. The next one is Lolita 2, which I basically just finished. I might have one more use out of it, but it's getting real sheer. So for a dupe, I have found the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Loved. This is a bit darker than it, like it oxidizes almost on my lips, but I almost like that because you'll know I'm not a light nude person, but it has that same, again, same family, same effect. And also this one smells really good, and it's a super, super comfortable formula. This is how those two look compared. This is Lolita 2 and this is Loved by Milani. And I got a little something on my hand right there. And by something, I mean a little bit of the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in Loved. I love this formula. It smells really good. It smells like buttercream lip smackers, and it's really long wearing and really comfortable. Like, definitely put on a lip balm underneath it, but it's pretty comfortable. So I want to try this out in a few more shades too, just because I'm excited. Nosferatu I haven't made that much progress on, and I don't have a dupe for it. I don't think I'll need to try and find one for a while. I also don't wear red lipstick as much as I used to, so maybe I won't between the other red lipsticks in my collection. I might not feel a need to go get a different one, so that's where I'm at. As for the other red, that's Project Chimps, which is what I'm wearing right now. That is in about the same state as Lolita 2. This one maybe has like one more use than Lolita, but I have found a really good dupe, which is Cornucopia by Makeup Monsters, and this one has a matte finish. It's really nice, like, you'll know I love the Makeup Monsters formula. Yeah, looking at them, at least in this light, they are basically almost the exact same. That's Cornucopia, and then that is Project Chimps. So this is probably the closest dupe that I've been able to find, except I don't know where I put Witches, which is like the black lipstick that I finished, and I'm replacing that with Darkness Prevails by Makeup Monsters. So that's where that is. So the last two lipsticks that I'm on are Suspiria and Dreamer. Dreamer, haven't used at all. Okay, good. I actually threw it to a place that I can get to it. Suspiria, I've used a surprising amount just because this goes with really nice like purple berry eye looks. I'm still not anywhere near finished with this, but I do enjoy it, and I'm not going to try and replace it anytime soon because I think unless you are more of a professional makeup artist than me, you don't need multiple of this color in your collection. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed this series, my Problematic Project Pan series that I've been doing with my friend Susan. I've had such a good time with this, and this is probably the first project pan that I've done where I haven't felt like incredibly depressed by the end. Most project pans make me really sad because I like to branch out a lot in my makeup, but I think a lot of the stuff that I chose or kind of more was forced into choosing because Kat Von D had to go and advocate for not vaccinating your friggin' child, was stuff that I really do like. And also it's stuff that can be easily paired with other things to get good use out of. So I am going to continue using up kind of what's left of these products. However, I know that I have a lot less in my collection that I feel morally weird about, and I have a lot more in my collection that I feel more morally okay with. So that is it. Please go check out Susan's video. I'll link her down below. She's really awesome, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you on my next one. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!